And when you blow up, we're going to be able to say, we had you first, girl, on the show. Okay.
And that's what I love. That's what I love. I had to get on.
We know it's going to happen. We not going to say, if
get
you
on your podcast. Thank you. I had to get on your podcast. I had to.
Tami, thank you so very much for joining me on the Same Beauty Empire show today. I'm elated to have you. For those of you who don't know, today's guest is Tami Curry. She is a Black-owned or has a Black-owned cruelty-free beauty brand called Image Dream Brand. I'm saying it right, correct, Tami?
You are saying it right. Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
Perfect. It includes a hair care line, skincare line, and body care line, in which, from my research, 97% of it actually contains goat milk, right? So let's give it up for this female entrepreneur, because what's even more exciting is the fact that her product can now be found and purchased on Walmart.com. Tami, thanks again for taking time out of your busy schedule, which I'm sure even recently it has become even more busy, to talk to little old us.
Big old you, girl. No problem. Thank you so much. It is a pleasure to be here on your platform for Stained Beauty Empire Media. So I really love the name, and it's a pleasure to be here. So thank you for having me.
And thank you for being here. And y'all, my advice to you right now would be to get a pen and pad for this one, because we're going to learn how Tami went from something that was probably just a dream, right? From my research and just reading up on you, I know that you definitely have had many dreams to be in the position that you're in right now. And she went from that to packaging orders for the world's second largest retailer. So, Tami, tell our viewers a little bit about Image Dream Brand. Let's start off with what it is and what makes Image Dream Brand unique from other beauty brands.
Yes, that is a great question. Well, a little bit about Image Dream Brand. It was all a dream. It did start with the dream.
I love it. I love it.
Sorry, I'm gonna get a little,
right.
A little nervous, so I apologize.
Oh, please don't be. Our Stain Babes are very easy.
And it actually did start with a dream. So Image Dream Brand, it is 97%, you were right on that, cruelty-free products, goat milk products. And we do offer a hair care line, skin care line, as well as body care. And it actually kind of started when I was younger. That's what inspired me. So I had a dream of when I was younger. And in that moment when I was younger, I didn't really find myself to be beautiful. So a very, very low vibrational place there when I was a kid. I used to always get bullied all the time. So I grew up in holiness. So we had to wear these long dresses and long skirts to school. So I used to get picked on a lot. It didn't matter if it was winter, if it was the summer, we had to wear long dresses and skirts to school. And so I used to get picked on a lot, girl. And I had this big old gap and this big old overbite. So I was just like targeted every day. And so one day I had a dream that took me back to that place because I didn't feel like I was fulfilling my purpose in life at that moment. And so I prayed and I was like, God, what am I supposed to be doing? Because I've been in full-time entrepreneur for going on 4 years now. And I have not found since now my passion. So I was a little concerned about that. I'm like, okay, I'm only getting older. Like, I want to do something that's fulfilling for me. I want to be able to serve the community. I want to do something, And so I prayed that night and I had a dream. And in the dream, it basically gave me a vision of beauty. not much detail, but you know, you kind of have to fill in those gaps and do all that stuff when you have those certain visions in your dreams. And so I woke up and I wrote everything down, and I just started doing research. I started doing research after that and was trying to figure out how can I tie in my message and things that I have overcame into today. And so beauty was what came up, and here I am today. Never been in beauty industry before.
Wow.
So yeah, I have, my field is my background is in property management. So I've been in property management for over 15 years. So nothing to do with beauty at all.
Something completely different. Something completely different. Wow.
Completely different.
So I'm telling you, Stanbase, like when you guys find out where she is now and just the journey, it's from what I've seen already, it's amazing. Tell us a little bit about what makes the business unique in itself. You know, I know you did mention that in terms of like it being cruelty free and things of that sort. And there are so many beauty brands out there in the world right now. What makes you feel like Image Dream brand stands out?
I know Image Dream stands out just because of the person who's behind Image Dream, which is myself. And, you know, it represents the totality of who I am, as well as my messaging, my marketing. It's all me in terms of what it represents. And I find myself to be very transparent, sometimes a little too transparent, but you know, I like to hold myself accountable and keep myself honest.
Yes.
And so, you know, I would say one thing that is unique about me, if I'm not feeling well, if I'm feeling down or whatever the case might be, I'm going to be very transparent. A lot of these huge beauty brands that are out there, you know, which I've used before prior to Image Dream, you know, they have these machines behind them. You know, there's a lot of them are celebrities and they have these big machines behind them, and they're able to, you know, do the funding and all of the stuff that comes with, you know, curating a brand, which is not easy. But it's just me in terms of no funding. It's just me doing research, doing everything. So that what would make me unique is just me just being upfront with who I am and just transparent about that and not have to put on a certain persona.
Wow. So we can tell that you're very connected to the brand, and that's something that you take pride in. You don't seem to be the type that is going to disconnect yourself from your brand and just become, as you said, the face of it. You're always going to be behind it, and you're always going to be very involved. And I love that about even, you know, what you just said and what you're doing now. And as I always say, you know, I want people who are interested in entrepreneurship to understand that they can learn so much about business even from this show alone. So that leads me to another question, because this is why we interview many different types of people in the beauty industry, because there's many different avenues.
Right.
In that transitioning period, what was it that said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm about to take this leap. And now that I know that this is what I have to do, and you said you start to do your research and stuff, what made you say, all right, let's go. I'm about to start formulating the products and I'm about to start putting things out there. What was it in that transitional period that did it for you?
That's a great question. And, you know, back to what you said, absolutely. I can never separate myself from this brand. It is me. I am the brand and the brand is me. It's literally my name backwards.
Yes, I had to learn
separate
that.
from it if I wanted to. Yes. But I'm a single mom. I'm recently divorced. And so I have 4 babies, and girl, they're spoiled rotten. So they're accustomed to a certain lifestyle. You know, I hate to even say that, but being a single mom, you know, I don't know if if you have single mom audience, you know, they can definitely probably relate to what I'm saying. Every day is totally different. And you want to build and create for your children, because again, it's not about me, it's really about generations to come. And any shape or form of creating businesses is really about the generation that's coming behind us. And so we're laying the groundwork for them. And so that transitional period came. It's just like, okay, I want to do something. I want to have my children involved. I want to be able to create a legacy for them. And so that was most important for me as a single mom, to be able to create a legacy for them. That was most important. Also to kind of catapult generational, to make sure there's some generational wealth that's going to be initiating and starting in the family. So it has to start with someone. So
wow, thank you for pointing that out. You're right, it does have to start with somebody, but thank you for pointing that out, because this platform is many different types of women, Tami, from all facets, and so I want anybody who is in your particular situation to know that it's very, very possible to do anything that you want to do. It doesn't matter what setbacks you've experienced in life, you can do that. So absolutely, your story is going to encourage someone else. It's so commendable that you went through a setback and you were able to push forward and still accomplish something that you have been desiring. That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Was there, any type of mentor or somebody that, you looked up to in this field, or was it just strictly you that kind of push yourself to do your research and just get on it yourself and just formulate this whole master plan of a business?
No training. It's kind of like learning as I go and doing the research. I do have a pretend mentor in my head. I would love to be mentored by the one only Tabitha Brown. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
I love
goodness.
that one so much. So she's my pretend mentor. I have different social media mentors, but she's definitely my top of the line mentor, Tabitha Brown. So no, so not officially, but yeah, she's my mentor.
Oh, Tab is my girl. Tab is my girl. Tab is my girl.
I grew up.
Yeah. So that is a great how should I say, it's not imaginary, because she really is a mentor to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
right.
She touches a lot of lives, and she is in a very, very similar field that you're in too, with her hair care products too. So that is amazing. And I would love for her to hear that. So
I would pass out.
Yes. So we're going to come back to that later, because that's probably going to be your answer for one of our questions later. I could already tell.
Okay.
But very, very interesting journey that you have taken so far. And a lot of your answers to the questions that I'm asking are individual to you. I've noticed that a lot of the answers are, I did this. A lot of the answers are, I formulated this. A lot of the answers are, this was my idea. And that's what we need to see, not only in our culture, but we need to see it in this field from women.
Yeah,
we need to see women being able to do things themselves. Look at how many people did that in the past, and we're still able to do that today. So I really, really appreciate you showing that. What are some goals that you have maybe for the future personally, or it could even be for the Emmett Dream brand?
That is a great question. And you know what? You know what I want to do? You know what Emmett's going to do? It's on the list. Emmett's going to build a warehouse. We're going to purchase some land and we're going to build a warehouse. And we're going to just cut out that middleman, and we'll be our own manufacturer and our own distributor. So that is definitely one of the long-term goals that I will be hitting. You got to just feel it. You got to know and
Yes.
know that, you got to, and know that you're going to accomplish that goal. So that is definitely one of them that is on my list to accomplish. So yeah. And of course, personally, it always going to tie into my kids, always. It ties into my kids going back to generational wealth and just making sure that no matter what happens, my children will be able to sustain a life, a comfortable life, and just, not have to worry while I'm not here, while I'm gone. So sorry, don't mean to go there too much with you, but
Oh,
that's
no.
really, it's going to always lead back to the kids.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. For many people, it's always going to lead back to their kids because that's what they're setting up. That's what we need. That's what a lot of us didn't get.
Yeah.
A lot of us didn't get set up that way, and it's very important for the next generation to be able to have that and receive that,
Yeah.
So I'm big on that. That is so amazing. That's commendable. And even with you, one of your goals being to have land and to now build some, like, I think you said manufacture, what
Yes,
was
a warehouse.
like
Yes.
a warehouse or a factory. Very great. Amazing. So a warehouse and generational building for your children.
Correct.
That's amazing. That is a great goal. And I only aspire to be able to do that one day, Tami.
Travel. I'll throw travel in there for myself.
And travel. Okay. And we're gonna learn some of these things about you, like where you would like to travel and different.
Oh, yes, okay.
So the last question before we get into our question segment, what advice would you give to someone who may be watching this right now and thinking of getting into the beauty industry or starting their own beauty brand like yourself?
Plan. Have a goal. Write your goals down. Write your vision down. Research. Go into different retails. If your goal is to go into retail, go inside those retailers, see what they have, figure out what the trend is, and I'll tell you why. That also, mostly also packaging, all of that. So whatever audience or whatever, customer that whatever retailer that you want to go into, whatever their target customer is, you have to figure out who that target customer is, doing your research, and cater to that customer if that's where you want to be. And I'll tell you why. So when I researched and went to the stores, I missed something. And I'm glad I caught it early on than waiting down the line and, wanting to get further partnerships. And then I have to go back to the drawing board. So I'm kind of glad I caught it. So I want to share that with you guys. So
yes. Please do.
So skincare, when you go into your retailer, there are skincare lines that some of them are packaged in boxes and some of them are just out, right? But it's not very many that are out without packaging boxes. So what I should have done and what I'm going to do, I have to now create packaging boxes for retail shelves because that's what's trending and that's what's most common, and it's glass. Right? And so you just want to research that. So this is just an example of something that I didn't catch until randomly one day I went to the store. And because, I do that from time to time. I just kind of try to see what's coming up, what's coming out next, what they have. Is it Black owned? What are we doing? And that's just one thing that I missed. And then I went to another store. I said, let me just keep going to different stores.
Okay, so that's interesting. So that's a little intricate thing that you noticed that you saw in the stores when you were doing your research and going around and seeing that was something that you could adjust. That's trending.
Yes.
Okay.
All of the stores. I'm like, how did I?
So very interesting. So be a little bit more keen to detail, is a great thing when you're
Yes.
business.
Yes, being keen. Do we have more time? I so long-winded sometimes. I'm sorry.
No, you are fine. Go ahead if you wanted to add on that.
Kick me under the table if you need me to stop. Just kick me under the table. Being keen, I really just need to get this out. Being keen to detail for sure. But again, whatever your goals are that you have in mind, and whether it's in beauty, whatever industry that you want to get in, just as an entrepreneur, just do your research and just figure out where you fit, where you belong in that particular industry. That way you go and you do your pitches, you're able to sell your product to a buyer, or you just kind of want to look at it from a different scale of things based on your goal. So in other words, if your goal is to get into larger retails, that's the mindset, then maybe not zone in on, you just got to have that mentality. You have to have that mentality along the way and navigate within that mentality as well. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. Great. Thank you so much for that. That was beautiful, because now we're prepared that there are going to be things along the way. And as Tami did, Stain Babes, we don't have to panic. We don't have to feel like our world is over. We can always adjust. Always adjust. So now we're in the last few minutes of our interview, but we have a very, very, very important segment. It's called No Shame, No Shine, and it's a quick, rapid response to a Q&A, just to give us, our viewers, our little connection with you. So the first question is, what's one cosmetic product that you can't leave the house without?
Child.
Okay. Remind me of the name of that again.
The Carmex.
Yes. Gotta stay moisturized, okay? Who you telling? Yes. What is one beauty product that you think is overhyped?
Well, it's not necessarily a product. I guess it's the way that they apply the product. The gel eyeshadow stuff, I don't like that they put it on other parts of their skin other than the eye. And so for me, it screams skincare, like breakout, like stop.
So an eyeshadow, a gel eyeshadow?
I don't even think it's eyeshadow. I think it's like something for your lips, and maybe they ran out of eyeshadow and they just put it on their teeth. I don't know. It's like a jelly glitter. It just don't look like it should go there. It look like it should go somewhere else.
What's one dream celebrity that you would love to work with or sell your products to? Or
I don't know about selling well, Tabitha Brown.
Yes, I knew you were gonna say that. That's why I was saying we're gonna get into that later. So I already knew you were gonna say Tabitha Brown. So Tabitha, you hear that? Shoot your shot, girl.
Call me, girl.
Yes, call us, call Tabby, and then call me after, okay?
I'm gonna call you after she called me.
Right. What's one place in the world that you would like to travel? It could be just to travel or for business.
Dubai.
Oh, yes, that's a great one.
A photo shoot in Dubai.
That is a great one. Oh my goodness, a photo shoot in Dubai would be, that would be beautiful.
I'll draw it all up and everything. Like, give me the whole thing. I want to Dubai.
Yes. Oh, that would be beautiful. What beauty service do you get done that's like therapy for you?
I would say a pedicure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Pedicure, have a nice chilled glass of my beverage of choice.
Right. Yeah, that makes it even better.
Yes. Pedicure.
I need to go to a spot like that.
They don't have them out there in Cleveland?
You know what? Not a lot. I gotta find one. Like I personally haven't really found one. Maybe I'm going to the wrong places. Would you rather treat yourself to a pair of shoes or a new bag?
Shoes all day.
Okay, so you're a shoe girl. Do you like heels or do you like sneakers?
In between, like a sneaker wedgie. Kind of like
sneaker wedgie. That is
funny. I can't wear heels more like I used to.
Right,
so
right.
I have a wedge, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to be either something flat like a sandal or a sneaker wedge, something that I could actually be comfortable and walk in.
Right. Hey, everybody has their own thing. Wedges are very easy to walk in, as you said. So that is good. That is amazing. What's one quote that you love that you'd like to share with our Same Babe? Something, even if it's just from yourself or off the top of your head, that you would like them to remember that they can accomplish anything.
No, time is limited, it's of the essence. But one quote that I've created is just to inspire others to be their best version, their magical versions of themselves. And to me, what that means is, if you're feeling vulnerable, it's okay to go to that vulnerable place. It's okay, coming from someone who, team not vulnerable, what's that? No, not doing that, not no. But, as I've gotten older and, I'm just actually learning that's where your strength lies, is just being who you are. If you're feeling vulnerable, if you're feeling however you're feeling, be true to that at that moment. Don't stay where you are, but, be true to who you are at that moment and move forward. So that one for sure. And each one teach one or reach one, that one.
Right. I love that. We do have a few minutes left. So I do want to ask a question that I know many people that are watching this right now are probably waiting for me to talk about, that I feel like we didn't really hit on.
What?
How did the opportunity come up for you to get your products in Walmart? I'm sure that a lot of people watching this right now are going to be interested in that. We have 2 minutes. Not 2, 3.
3 minutes? Okay. Well, just
3 minutes.
kick me under the table if I go too long, okay? So going back to doing your research and things. So prior to me revealing the brand to anyone, I was already open. So during that time I was open, I was doing research and lots of extensive research. And what you want to do for any product that you want to have in any retail, you have to register your products. You need to insure your products. You need to register your products globally. So that way, whether you're in whatever store you're in, your product is going to have a barcode on it. It's going to have a way to identify, to emit dream brands. Okay. If you do not have that number, maybe they're not going to take your product because they ain't going to know who you are. Okay. So that's that is one thing I would say to do. Just make sure and budget. Have a budget. Make sure you have a budget and implement that in a budget, because it can be a little pricey depending on how many products that you have. Right. So by me having 3 lines, 3 different lines, of course, also men, it gets a little pricey when you want to register each product. And so once you do that, you present that, it's a marketplace. So you present it to the marketplace. Hey, I have these products. This is my information. You upload your business information. You have to make sure your business structure is up to par. You upload your insurance, upload your, you input your your identifier numbers into the system. And then it takes a few days. They go and do their research to make sure everything is what it is. And boom, it actually happened pretty fast for me.
Wow.
It didn't take
much. A lot
of
people know that.
It didn't. I know. I didn't know that. Like, to share that with you guys. If y'all, whether you have 1 product, 2 products, or 3, just make sure you register them, have them insured, and be able to present to retailers like, hey, boom, this is all here. Another thing that you want to do is create a product sheet. In your product sheet, it'll have your list of ingredients in there. It'll have photos of your products. It'll have maybe reviews of someone using your products, before and afters. You want to also present that too when you go to retailers as well. So they'll know what they're working with to see if it's worth being put on a shelf or worth them buying.
Wow. So you hear that, Same Babes? Prepare for greatness, because you never know when these opportunities can come up. and you got to be prepared. You got to know your products. You got to insure your products. So thank you so very much, Tami, for sharing that with us. And thank you ever so much for being on the show today. You have brought so much knowledge and valuable information to the platform. We're so happy to have and privileged to have been able to have you. And when you blow up, we're going to be able to say we had you first, girl, on the show. Okay.
And that's what I love. That's what I love. I had to get on.
It's going to happen. We not going
to get on your podcast. Thank you. I had to get on your podcast. I had to.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much. Thank you.